Happy Monday, everybody. We are almost wrapped up with week 5 of the NFL season. I cannot believe we're already more than a quarter of the way through action now. We got Chiefs, Jaguars tonight still, which I think is going to be a pretty good game. Jaguars are leading the league in turnovers, or I guess leading the league in takeaways. Chiefs starting to find their footing a little bit more. Now they're 2-2, started 0-2, now they're 2-2, and the rest of their division's been kind of falling apart. Everybody is right in the mix of it. And now we have no undefeated teams anymore in the NFL. The Bills lose, the Eagles lose, and it feels like we might have the most level season in the NFL that we've seen to date. In my opinion, feels like anybody can beat anybody. You have the Bills, who were crazy favorites to win their division, just lost last night at home, by the way, to the Drake Maye led Patriots, which we will talk about later. And then you also have the guys like the Eagles. They were up 17-3, I believe, in the fourth quarter. Had a chance to put the game away, didn't. You have the Cardinals losing to the Titans, and the Titans had less than, I believe, 1% chance to win that game at one point because the running back drops the ball before he gets in the end zone. Just craziness all around the NFL. But we've got to get into the action. And I do want to shout out Microsoft and Copilot for helping us get through today's episode. We're going to be talking a little bit about some historical facts, some fact checks with Copilot, our friend here. We got chat rolling. If you guys have any questions anywhere, all over the place, we got all the chat pulled up. We got it in the app. We got it on YouTube. Anything you need, we have you guys covered. So without further ado, let's get to it. Let's talk about the Patriots. Are the Patriots back? They sure look like it. And what I will say is Drake Maye has been playing really good football. And it's not just the really good throws he's been making. He's been playing really clean. He's been taking care of the football, getting it to his guys' hands out in space consistently. Like you see Diggs here went for a crazy amount of yards, like 100 plus yards. They're running the ball well. They're getting their guys involved out in space. And not to mention, they just look like a sound football team. They're no longer beating themselves. And then when you get Drake Maye making plays like these on first down, that could have easily been a sack, and instead it's a 12-yard gain, it's a really good place to live. Now, he didn't go crazy on the stat sheet, but it was solid. 22 of 30, 273 yards, no touchdowns, but he got his team down to the red zone, and he didn't get any cheeky, easy touchdown passes like you see a lot of guys around the league get. Really good performance by Drake Maye. Didn't put the ball in danger, kept them in rhythm on time, and made plays when he had to. And even on the flip side, Josh Allen, he just looked a little bit off. He had a fine game for normal quarterback standards, but it wasn't the Josh that we're normally seeing. Stephon Diggs gets his revenge back in Buffalo. Patriots give the Bills their first loss of the season, and all is right in the world in New England. But man, it was really cool to see. Watching that game last night, you just got to see guys start to level up. Young guys make plays. The Patriots are playing back to the Patriot way. Consistent football, good defense, taking care of the rock, winning close games. And the Bills, man, that's a tough one to drop at home, but I think they'll be all right. We do, though, have to talk about another team that I do not think is going to be all right. Now, the Baltimore Ravens are currently sitting at 1-4, I believe. They have a bye week coming up. Lamar Jackson still injured, and they are, as of right now, I believe 46% chance to win their division, tied with the Steelers that are 46% chance to win the division. But the AFC North in general, just gross. And Cooper Rush, this, not his fault. That's Mark Andrews' fault, but still, we didn't see anything that led us to believe that Cooper Rush can get it done while Lamar Jackson is out. One thing I will say, the Texans, really good defense. Good defensive front consistently all year. And again, he missed that throw. It was behind him. That was the worst case scenario, but it wasn't good. And we did say before the game, by the way, if you guys follow me on Twitter, that the Texans had a great opportunity in front of them for a get-right game on offense, and their defense would be giving the Ravens problems. We saw it. Cooper Rush, 14 of 23 interceptions, didn't throw for 200. Derrick Henry couldn't get it rolling. He had one touchdown, but wasn't great. Zay Flowers looked okay as far as fantasy goes, 4 receptions, 70 yards. I'll give you a decent game, but I don't know, man. The Ravens defense also historically on pace to be the worst defense in the history of the NFL. On pace for 600 points scored against them. The Ravens are embarrassing. They have a true coaching issue, and it's been covered up by really talented players for too long, and they've got to address the elephant in the room. They got to figure it out. But I do want to bring our friend Copilot up to the stage here because I want to talk a little bit about Ravens historical facts. Now, I preloaded this up and asked Copilot, got it, boop, boop. When is the last time the Baltimore Ravens lost by 30 plus points? Well, it's pretty bad. They lost by 30 plus points in 2017 against the Jaguars. They lost 44-7. That was before Lamar Jackson got there. Then before that, they lost 41-7 in 2013. And then prior to that, in 1997, 37-0 against the Steelers. There's only been 4 times since the inception of the Baltimore Ravens that they have lost by more than 30 points. And this is one of them. And the Ravens looked like they were one of the worst teams since their inception the other day. And I don't know, man. I have had this inkling, this hunch, this whatever feeling that for the longest time, the Baltimore Ravens have been propped up by really talented players and that Lamar Jackson has been held back by coaching. Absolute cinema. You got to see it yesterday because it was bad. But we've got to move on. There's other teams we do have to talk about today. This can't just be an Edgar Allan Poe rain on the Ravens parade. But what's going to fix them? Better coaching. Because they have good players. They have a bunch of injuries or whatever, but they had their chances. It's pretty much over. But CJ Stroud emerges or gets lucky. Give me emerges. CJ Stroud is finding his rhythm. He's getting rid of the ball on time. He's been accurate with the ball. He is having great anticipation and great ball location. Past 2 weeks, yes, they've been against lesser opponents. But I think this is what sometimes guys need to get back on track, and they have plenty of talent. We know that September football is not what wins you games. We know that it happens in October and November and December, or what wins you seasons and gets you far. I think the Texans they're trending in the right direction. They're getting creative in the red zone. They're getting easy completions to CJ Stroud. They're not making him hold on to the ball forever. Great catch there by Noel, by the way. And their defense. That Texans defense can stack up against any single team in the league. But you got to give CJ Stroud his flowers. 23 of 27. 4 touchdowns, 250 yards basically, an 85% completion percentage. I love it. Absolutely love it. Appreciate chat, by the way, for being here, guys. Thank you guys for vibing out. Hope you guys are having a wonderful morning heading into week 5. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about the Jaguars today, by the way, because the Jaguars-Chiefs game is pretty interesting for me. What's your week 6 money like 7 league parlay pick? I don't have one of those. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm more of a solo dolo kind of guy. But yeah, Ravens, terrible. All right, let's talk about the Eagles now. We do have to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles because, good Lord, when are coaches going to learn that you can't be conservative? You get paid all of that money to be the decision maker of a multi-million dollar, probably $1 billion now, probably $1 billion organization. You're the leader. And you just have been, in my opinion, riding on the fact that your teams are more talented than most teams. There is some way that the Eagles have got to step up and go take it. Stop showing up to games thinking you're just going to outman people and be better than them. I just watched every single passing touchdown, by the way, of all the games this week. And it's just, when you watch the Eagles and what they do, they're truly just so vanilla and they're trying to be better than people because of the talent they have. There's not really like a rhyme or a reason on how they set up a lot of things, in my opinion, from when I'm watching film. But then you watch other teams around the league and you're like, man, they're dialing it up. They got this play to set up this play and this and that. And I don't love what the Eagles are doing right now. They lose 21-17. They give up a crazy fourth quarter blunder. And it was a game that you could tell them they let off the gas again. And I'm not going to lie to you. They are notorious for letting off the gas. Some way, somehow they do it all the time. It was 3-17 with 13 minutes left. And they blew it. Absolutely blew it. Bad coaching. The players look like they're playing handcuffed half the time. I don't love what I'm seeing out of how they call their plays, how they do all that on offense. And their defense, like, they've got a good defense. But too conservative, too late. Cost them a game at home. Pretty embarrassing way to drop one. And the Broncos were willing to go the distance. So the Eagles, I don't know, Eagles. I don't know. They've been on the fringe for a bit. Obviously, they're 4-0. They're a good team. They got good players. Like they can match up with anybody, but they've been very close to games like this a little too often. And for how good their roster is, they should be blowing teams out. Absolutely blowing teams out. There's no reason why they shouldn't. And I think that they're just not dialed in with their scheme. I don't think their scheme's great. I think it's pretty vanilla. And I think they rely on talented players. So that's my last piece about the Eagles. We can go hop back in, talk to chat, see what you guys think. Seeing the Ravens are done. The Ravens are done. The Ravens are done. I do believe so. Is Travis Hunter cooked? Any fantasy questions you guys have in chat, by the way, we can knock some of those out before we get on the rest of the show. Eagles aren't good. They're just lucky. They could be good. But right now, I don't love what I'm seeing out of them. I don't think they're setting themselves up for success. I do have a YouTube video going live later, guys, on my channel. I broke down every single passing touchdown of this week. And it's really interesting to see what teams you can tell the coaches are helping the players and what teams the players are helping the coaches. I'll just leave it at that. You guys can watch the video when it drops later. But, man, tonight, what do you guys think about tonight? Oh, I'm seeing who's the best quarterback right now. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it right here. Clip it out. Baker Mayfield is playing like the best quarterback in the NFL right now. He does not get the flowers he deserves. He gets it done in the pass game. He gets it done in the scramble game. He is winning in a bunch of different ways. Anticipation, big arm throws, touch passes, scramble throws, winning with his legs on the ground. Baker Mayfield is for real. And there's a reason why he was a number 1 overall pick back in the day. My draft class, by the way. 29 of 33, 379 yards, 2 touchdowns against a really good Seattle defense on the road. You have got to give Baker Mayfield his flowers. Have to. Because right now, the Bucs can go toe-to-toe with anybody. Anytime, anywhere, they look well coached. Their players trust Baker, and Baker is leading that ship. He is the captain of that ship. And I think they just got to keep letting Baker cook. So, Baker Mayfield, shout out to you. You have been balling, and it's been fun to see the career resurgence. Now, we do have to get on, though. Let's go talk about it. How did this happen? The Drake Maye pass to Stephon Diggs on Sunday Night Football. Beautiful matchup, by the way, in the uniforms department. Really enjoyed the Bills uniforms. Enjoyed the uniform matchup. We had some all-time uniform matchups, but watch this. Little play action. Running back's going to pick up the blitz off the side. Drake Maye going to flip his hips, drop it nice and easy downfield. Stephon Diggs, great contested catch, by the way. Big mitts, going to hold it in there. But watch this. Running back aborts. Great job by the Patriots up front, directing traffic. Look at that. I love when you see the ball turn over and drop right into the spot. Drake Maye, man. I saw a little Zoolander reference for him. Rolling right. Every pass he likes to throw is rolling to his right, but it looks good when he's doing it. And he's really elevated. And I'd say the biggest thing, like you would see these plays from Drake Maye pop up every week, but he's really cut out the bad plays, like the turnovers, the fumbles, all that stuff. I don't know, man. I really like what I'm seeing out of Drake Maye. He looks like he's elevated. He looks comfortable in this offense. And I also really love how he's been delivering the ball on these crossing routes. You've seen these like deep, high crosses and stuff this year that he's been more consistently hitting. He's not the same quarterback he was when he came out of college. He had a lot of questionable things with his footwork, his downfield accuracy. He always had like flair to his game and ability, but his consistency has really rose to the occasion, and it just goes to show. A whole offseason with a team, a whole season, a whole second offseason, money. Absolutely money. But now, let's go talk about it. Let's talk about Jaden Daniels and his welcome back game, because Jaden Daniels, I was not ready to write off the Commanders, but I wasn't excited about them like I was last year. In some way, somehow, the Commanders found their rhythm in LA against the Chargers on the road, cross-country trip. And I know his stats weren't incredible, but some of the plays that he made in that game were the reason they won that game and came back. He had this flat-footed throw he threw down the field. It was like a 55, 57-yard throw, flat-footed flick of the wrist, absolute dime. I believe it was a 4th down touchdown that he threw when he was rolling to the right. That was a dime. And We got Jaden Daniels. Here we go. We got Jaden Daniels just balling out when he needs to. Critical downs, never flinching, none of it. And here we go. I think this is the deep pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First, second hitch. Flat-footed guy in his face. Look at this, man. Perfect spot. Incredible catch, by the way. Absolutely incredible catch. Leans him, wins the leverage, keeps it vertical. Caught right on the hash. Man, that was so nice. But the Commanders love Dan Quinn. Was a former coach of mine. Was a reason for a lot of my tenure in the NFL. I was in the NFL for 5 years, 3 of them coming with Dan Quinn, and 2 of them coming with kind of back against the wall. So shout out to Dan Quinn for helping me stick around, learn the game, and honestly get set up to do what I'm doing now, because I love talking football, but I wouldn't be able to talk about as much football if I didn't know what I know from my time in Atlanta with the Falcons. And Dan Quinn does a great job, and I think this is part of the reason for the success of the Commanders. He does a really good job of teaching from both perspectives. You have the offense who has their objectives. You have the defense who has their objectives, how they see things. And Dan Quinn is a defensive coach that hears out the offensive side of the ball. And he's a lifelong learner. And it really reflects in how his players play the game. So there's no shock of why the Commanders went to an NFC championship last year with a roster that really wasn't ready for it. They really weren't. But they got a quarterback. They hit on it. Jaden Daniels is a stud. And we also do have some more chat, though. Let's get some chat rolling. Let me refresh my chat here. Anything you guys want to know fantasy-wise, prediction-wise, all of that good stuff. I'm seeing Chargers are so hurt they might be cooked. I'm not going to lie to you guys. That Chargers O-line is cooked. That Chargers D-line is cooked. Justin Herbert running for his life back there. Like, no matter how good of a quarterback you are, and I think Justin Herbert is a top 5 quarterback in this league, it is hard when your O-line can't block, when your guys aren't making plays like they typically do, and you've got to be a superhero. There's not many guys that can win when they have to consistently be superheroes. Lamar Jackson can't do it. Josh Allen can't do it. Patrick Mahomes can't do it. You need guys around you to elevate the game. You need an offensive line that can get things done. And I'm just not seeing it from the Chargers right now. That division is, by the way, going to be absolutely crazy. The AFC West is right back in the thick of it. Everybody's got a chance. You got the Broncos kind of just above 500, I believe. You got the Chargers sitting just above 500. If the Chiefs win tonight, Chiefs got a massive game tonight, guys. Chiefs have a massive game tonight. We have the Jaguars, who have the best defense in the league, turnover-wise. The Chiefs, who sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. Like, they're not just going to roll anybody over. They've won against bad teams. They have not really beaten great teams. It's just a weird year. And the AFC West is one of the weirdest of them all. So, yeah. Are the Chargers cooked? If they can't keep Justin Herbert upright? Absolutely. Absolutely. Who are the real contenders for Super Bowl? Oh, man. I'm not going to lie. Outside of that fluke first game of the year, the Lions look for real. The Lions look for real, and they look like they have an idea of how to get Goff consistently comfortable. I watched their film the other day, and they distributed the ball and got it out of his hands so fast on screens and checkdowns and all this other stuff consistently that bought them some more time on their deeper shots. They don't want Goff to live in the world where he's got to drop back 50 times and dice things up and read the field the entire game. And they're running the ball really well and getting control of games early so that they can play their style of play with Goff, and it's working. And not to mention their defense is really good. So right now the Lions look like the best team in the NFL, in my opinion. I think the Bills' defense is suspect. I think the Bills' offense is pretty solid, but they're not invincible. I think the Ravens are absolutely cooked. This whole season might be a wash. I will say, though, the Chiefs, something just tells me the Chiefs are going to be right there in the thick of it when it matters the most in December, in January. They're going to be playing playoff football, whether they win the division or not. The Chiefs are going to be a team that knows how to turn it on at the right time. And you just know they're going to be in the conversation. So as far as my Super Bowl contenders, yeah, I like that. I do like that. All right, let's see what else we got in chat before we talk about the game tonight. So do you think the Chargers fall out of the playoffs? I don't think the Chargers make the playoffs. I don't. I think it's going to be the Broncos and the Chiefs from that division. I think the AFC is going to have the Patriots potentially, the Bills. I think the Texans could make it. I think The Jaguars, like there's just a lot of wild card teams right now, and the Chargers they still have a tough schedule ahead of them. Like they're not going to just be able to walk over teams. This game drop to the Commanders at home is going to be tough for the Chargers because this is one they really needed. They really needed it. Doesn't get much easier. And not that that was an easy game. Like Commanders are a good team, but like their schedule's not easy. And then last but not least, what happened to Jackson Dart? I think Jackson Dart had a rookie moment, to be honest. I think Jackson Dart had a rookie moment. I think he tried to make too many plays. He got loose with the football. And some of the, like, I know people want to talk about his interceptions and stuff. Like one of them was a 4th down throw up that if he was Russell Wilson would have just thrown the ball out of bounds. Like Jackson Dart's not doing that. He's trying to win the game. So Jackson Dart will be fine. They just got down and they had some unfortunate situations with fumbles and stuff that made them have to press for the whole second half of the game. But I think the Giants long term will be fine. I think Jackson Dart's going to get better. And I actually really like that he's playing right now. He's going to have so much learning this year that is going to help him for next year. Look at this season for Jackson Dart like Drake Maye's season last year. Watch the good things, hope that he learns from the bad things, and set him up for a really good season next year. That's what I want to see. But tonight, we have the Jaguars at 3-1. We have the Chiefs at 2-2. Chiefs are favored on the road. Jaguars home dogs. Believe I saw plus 170. I don't know, man. Something feels different about Duval, and I would not be shocked to see this be a really good game that comes down to the wire. And maybe, just maybe, it comes down to Trevor Lawrence having to make a play to seal the deal, and we'll see if he can do it. I'll be watching tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. I will be back same time, same place every single Monday. New home setup, saw somebody comment about it. My home office is done. We will be here all year long. I'll catch you guys later.